Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. We are here on the daily chart for Solana and the price is trying to break above the descending trend line that we have been watching in the last few days and weeks. The idea and previous communication was and still is that a substantial low ideally forms in this region and that the next relief rally should take the price into the resistance area between $181.32 and $263.30. So that's pretty much in line with previous communication. This would be the first pivot to break above for the bulls to really continue to take the lead, basically. I mean, at the moment, it seems like that on the smaller time frame, that's obviously where it starts with a trend reversal. Seems like that on the smaller time frame, the bulls have already taken the lead. This is, as I said, in line with previous communication. If you watched previous videos, then you know that in this blue zone, we have been watching for a reversal. The red trend line is, let's say, the next key resistance to watch. That is quite relevant in my view, because this is, I don't know if it's exactly 45 degrees, but roughly 45 degrees. And these are typically quite reliable trend lines. Also, this has been building since January. So we already had another trend line that we were watching that the price already broke above a few days ago. But this one here is important because it is less steep. And a break above is more relevant in my view. Yeah. So okay, anyway, it's just a trend line. It doesn't have to do much with structure. This is simply about momentum and if the bulls can take the lead. But regarding structure, really nothing has changed. The idea is still that we should form some kind of a low in this region. On the smaller time frame, we see the more detailed patterns. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. And the idea is that if it's the white scenario, the next rally should be a three-wave move, A, B, C in wave B in white. And then we could move down in a C wave in 5 waves afterwards. So that means if the rally is corrective, and at some point, maybe from the resistance area, we see a 5-wave move down, that would be a strong warning that the bears are starting to take the lead, as per the white scenario. And then this might only be the beginning of a much, much more substantial correction. However, I intend to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt because I'm also watching for another high on the Bitcoin chart. But I have to mention it very, very clearly. The next rally will be the most relevant one. It will be very important to watch the microstructures closely, not only here on YouTube, but also in our membership area. So we do that every single day, obviously. But why will it be important? Because if the rally happens and we only see 3-wave movements to the downside, so corrective pullbacks, hey, that keeps the door open for higher. Should we start to see the first 5-wave move down? Well, that would be a major warning and indicates the bears are starting to take the lead. Because in the yellow scenario, that should take us to 360, 370, 380, we shouldn't see any 5-wave movements to the downside, okay? Pullbacks should remain corrective. But that gives you a good idea of the context. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame. The breakout pattern we've been watching here provided us with a bit of a heads up there that a break above that $136, $137 area could indicate that the bulls are really taking the lead. Over the weekend, we were just watching this range, and I explained to you that, look, if we start to break above $136, $137, it becomes quite clear, I think, that the bulls are really taking the lead. The risk for one more low will reduce, not be eliminated, of course. You know, we need 5 waves up next for a confirmation that a substantial low is in. But that gives you the roadmap. Okay, that gives you the roadmap. Based on latest price data, the third wave in yellow, this is the bullish pathway, which is valid as long as we're holding above the red line at $130.28. So that's the pivot between, I think, bullish and bearish momentum. As long as we're holding above that level, price can push to $158.60. That's the 138% extension and the next ideal target in wave C of 3. And once we get there, and maybe we get there today, tomorrow or so, depending on how fast it happens, I will add support for this 4th wave. And I'll do that either here on YouTube or today on Discord, depending on when we reach critical levels up there. And then one more high could take us higher to around about $166, $171. Then we get 5 waves up. We can add next support, and you know the routine, yeah? So for now, after the breakout to the upside above this trend line here, the price seems to be following the pathway higher. I'll keep you updated about that. That gives you all the critical levels, pivots, next upside levels to watch. Yeah, 147.54 should be strong resistance. Yeah, it should be. If not, then this would be an additional bullish sign. But if it's the yellow count here for higher prices, the price should also break above $147. That's the update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. I also invite you to join us on X for further discussions. I made a post here about Solana earlier today, so if you have any questions about the video, about the chart or anything, just drop them here. I'll be there after this video to answer questions. Thank you very much. See you over there. Bye-bye.